Seoul Land 204 Original Novel DouLuo DaLu. Chapter 237. Assassinating Evil Spirit Orcus. TL by Bagelson. However, with the vast sea barrier, he basically didn't need to worry about breathing underwater. The vast sea barrier only enveloped his and Xiao Bai's skin, and with his boundless spiritual force control, it wouldn't influence Xiao Bai's movements in the slightest. In order to reduce the drag force, Tang San leaned against Xiao Bai's back, using one hand on Xiao Bai's dorsal fin to stabilize himself. One man and one shark stealthily moved towards the formidable opponents in such a manner. Whether Tang San or Xiao Bai, right now their hearts were filled with nervousness. But besides nervousness, there was still some excitement. Xiao Bai grew stealthier the deeper they went. Relying on the sharp senses of 100,000-year spirit best, she discovered that the vast sea barrier Tang San released could not only hide them visually, but also completely suppressed their auras within the barrier, without leaking. But even so, she remained completely cautious. The sea was very deep in this area. Gradually, Tang San began to feel a formidable pressure. However, with that year of cultivation in the sea god's light, had long since given him a formidable resistance to pressure. His spirit power adjusted automatically under the pressure, and his vast spiritual force also subsequently fluctuated, adjusting the vast sea barrier so it wouldn't be so exhausting. "We're here." Xiao Bai's voice was low. Slightly raising her head, she indicated the waters ahead. By now, Xiao Bai had already brought Tang San at least 500 meters deep, and the immense water pressure made the vast sea barrier constantly ripple. Closing his eyes and concentrating, gentle spiritual fluctuations quietly spread out. Xiao Bai was shocked to discover that when the spiritual energy Tang San released left his body, it instantly melded with the surrounding sea water, and even someone with her capabilities couldn't feel anything. That spiritual fluctuations actually really became a part of the sea. This already exceeded Xiao Bai's experience. As far as she knew, any spiritual energy attack had a form that could be traced, and even spiritual force probes should have spiritual fluctuations. But when she concentrated her whole attention on the spiritual force Tang San released, she still ended up with nothing. The sea water above her head was still calm, without any movement. Xiao Bai had forgotten one thing, her experience really was correct. Any spiritual force release would leave a trace that could be followed, but in order to track someone's spiritual force, first of all the gap to your own spiritual force couldn't be too large. Of course, this couldn't be blamed on her. How could she knew that her spiritual power was actually at a lower level than that of Tang San? Tang San lay prostrate on Xiao Bai's back, one hand grabbing her dorsal fin, the other hand pushing on her back. A gentle spiritual fluctuation quietly transmitted. Xiao Bai was first distracted, but sensing that the fluctuation held no malice, she hesitantly used her own spiritual force to connect with it. As the two spiritual energies touched, Xiao Bai only felt her spiritual world suddenly flash, countless clear scenes appearing in her mind. This was spiritual scan transmission? Xiao Bai was gobsmacked. She realized what level Tang San's spiritual force had reached. With her ability, of course she could also perceive everything in her surroundings with spiritual scanning, but right now she still didn't dare do it. Because if she extended her spiritual force, she would definitely be discovered by the evil spirit Orcus, and would immediately be besieged. But the information Tang San currently transmitted to her was not only clearer than her own, basically none of the evil spirit Orcus in the sea area ahead reacted. Xiao Bai finally understood. Being able to reach this level of scanning only meant one thing, that Tang San's spiritual force had already surpassed all the evil spirit Orcus, including the evil spirit Orca King. Tang San had no idea what Xiao Bai was thinking. He only transmitted his wholehearted spiritual force scan. Just as Xiao Bai felt, right now his spiritual force was already perfectly melded with the sea water. The sea water became the best concealment. Unless it was someone with as formidable spiritual force as sea god DouLuo DaLu, they absolutely wouldn't be able to find a single clue from the sea water. The evil spirit Orcus above naturally wouldn't be able to either. Through the spiritual force scan, Tang San saw the appearance of the evil spirit Orcus for the first time. They were consistently built more than twice as large as the devil spirit great white sharks, their bodies extremely robust, without the sleek aesthetic of the devil spirit great white sharks, but looking filled with power. Their whole bodies were grey and black. Their heads especially enormous. When they occasionally opened their mouths, they revealed frightening giant teeth like swords. Deep red eyes were filled with a violent aura. In this sea region, besides these evil spirit Orcus, there unexpectedly were no other living creatures in the ocean. That showed how tyrannical they were. It seemed that there were around 200 or 300 of these evil spirit orcas, and the majority were adults. One especially enormous fellow, more than 30 meters long, floated in the center of the whole flock. Gray-black skin glinted with metallic luster. No need to ask, this was naturally the evil spirit orca king. It was also the ultimate target of Tang San's fourth trial. These evil spirit orcas cruised within a range of more than 10,000 meters square. No creatures in the sea would intrude into their area of influence. To hunt food they would have to go even further out. Right now these evil spirit orcas looked like they had already eaten their fill. There were some that floated motionless, seemingly resting. Let's go. Move a bit slowly, don't cause too much movement in the water. Tang San instructed Xiao Bai. Xiao Bai felt very strange right now. With Tang San's spiritual force probe, she basically didn't need to see with her eyes, she could move forward with the guidance of Tang San's spiritual force. Even if the vast sea barrier helped them hide, so much that it had the effect of nothingness, their volume still existed. If they moved quickly they would still cause movement in the water, therefore Tang San warned her in advance. Xiao Bai was after all a 100,000-year spirit beast. Clearly understanding Tang San's intent, they slowly started moving forward with a soft sway of her body. Very soon, they had already arrived at a depth of 200 meters or so, and Tang San once again directed Xiao Bai to stop. From the 24 moonlit bridges, Tang San brushed out the godly Zudge crossbow. Extracting its crossbow bolts one by one, he also took out a bottle from the wishful 100 treasure purse the length of an arm and the thickness of a thigh. The material of the bottle was quite special, seemingly like jade, but with a faint white shimmer. Tang San had gone through a lot of trouble to make this bottle. The jade bottle had 2 layers, the outermost was filled with the cold extreme yin spring, causing the appearance of the white shimmer, and also felt extremely icy to the touch. While the inner layer was filled with the red-hot yang spring. The ice and fire yin-yang well. Blessed by the heavens, 2 existences in one well, yin and yang mutually subduing each other, and thus the hottest and coldest thing under the heavens. Seizing the fortune of heaven and earth, swallowing the best features of the sun and the moon. In terms of potency of attributes, there was nothing that could match. Tang San had practiced the cold and hot immunity within it. In order to be able to bring the spring water out of the ice and fire yin-yang well, he had gone through great trouble to find a block of warm jade, and purchased it for a high price. Then he had found a highly skilled craftsman to carve this double-layered jade container. He had further filled it with both kinds of yin and yang spring water at the same time, causing its cold and heat to balance, and not corrode the warm jade. Then he was able to bring it out of the ice and fire yin-yang well. Warm jade was innately moderate, and was the best utensil for holding both kinds of spring water together. Cautiously uncorking it, Tang San raised one hand and absorbed, causing 1 drop of red-hot yang liquid to fall into his palm, and then swiftly put the lid on the bottle. Winding the mechanism of the crossbow in his hand, he loaded the back half of a crossbow bolt into the machine, then pulled open the hollow interior of the bolt. Drawing a deep breath, Tang San's movements instantly grew illusory. In practically half an eye blink he had instantly completed several actions. Pouring the red-hot yang liquid into the arrowhead, swiftly closing it up, loading it into the crossbow, and immediately fired it. It wasn't by choice he moved fast, but the red-hot yang liquid really was too terrifyingly hot. Even if the crossbow bolt was made from iron essence, it could still only hold up for a moment under the red-hot yang liquid's corrosion. With the powerful propulsive force of the godly Zudge crossbow, the crossbow bolt broke through the water. With Tang San's boundless level spiritual force guidance, it was naturally impossible to miss. With a pu sound, it hit the abdomen of an evil spirit orca. Even though the godly Zudge crossbow was fierce, the evil spirit orca's skin was still even more durable. Under ordinary circumstances, let alone at 100 meters distance, even firing the godly Zudge crossbow's 16 bolts from just 10 meters distance wouldn't be enough to penetrate the evil spirit orca. However, there are exceptions to everything. This crossbow bolt quietly pierced into that evil spirit orca's abdomen. Ever since Tang San's spiritual force had risen, his calculation ability had also strengthened geometrically. It really was impossible for that crossbow bolt to pierce that evil spirit orca's tough skin, but the instant the bolt made contact, was also the moment the red-hot yang liquid melted the arrowhead. Incomparably hot yang liquid, propelled forward with the crossbow bolt, easily melted that evil spirit orca's hide, directly stabbing into its body. There was no blood. With the intense heat of the yang liquid, just as the crossbow bolt entered the evil spirit orca's body, the wound was already bound shut. Being hit by the crossbow bolt, that evil spirit orca's giant body first paused a moment. Then immediately after, it suddenly raged. That degree of madness made even Xiao Bai jump. Tang San's spiritual force guided her to quickly dive, and moreover constantly transmitted into her mind the results of the spiritual force probe. In Tang San's spiritual force survey, that evil spirit orca hit by the crossbow bolt madly churned the sea water, the energy contained within its body constantly erupting uncontrollably. There were 2 evil spirit orcas who discovered something was unusual and came over to investigate, but were met by its maddened all-out attack, and one of them even had half its head bit off by it, directly dying a violent death. A vast expanse of sea water was colored red by its blood, immediately drawing the attention of the whole flock of orcas. The atmosphere in the sea instantly grew nervous. The evil spirit orca hit by the crossbow bolt didn't struggle for too long. Very soon after biting its comrade to death, its struggle began to grow weaker, flipping belly up and floating towards the surface, its survival unknown. Strangely, from the moment it was hit by the crossbow bolt until it died, not a drop of blood left its body. The blood coloring the sea water red all came from the orca it bit to death. The evil spirit orcas themselves were extremely bloodthirsty, and the scent of blood seemed to arouse their vicious instincts. For a moment, the energy fluctuations within the sea water instantly stirred. Until a deep voice passed through the water like a seismic wave, and these evil spirit orcas settled down. The evil spirit orca king moved, and reached the side of the evil spirit orca killed by the crossbow bolt with practically just a swing of its body. By now, that evil spirit orca was already floating on the sea surface. Seeing all this, Xiao Bai was inwardly shocked to the extreme. She had of course seen Tang San shoot that crossbow bolt, but just that the crossbow bolt could pierce that evil spirit orca alone had astonished her. That tiny crossbow bolt and that evil spirit orca's giant body basically weren't on the same scale. But it was that one tiny crossbow bolt that not only took that evil spirit orca's life, but even caused it to bite another to death. Poison, she thought of this word. Feeling Tang San laying prostrate on her back, she couldn't help her whole body shivering. Just what kind of extreme poison was this terrifying? She also couldn't help secretly being happy that, when she was the second trial examiner, the trial had fortunately included not harming any sea spirit beast. Otherwise, if she was infected by such a poison, perhaps even the red-hot yang spring was the most yang object under the sky. Sea spirit beasts were largely water attributed, many related to yin. Even though it was only a drop of red-hot yang liquid that entered that evil spirit orca, that terrifying eruption of heat had instantly scorched that evil spirit orca's internal organs. Its muscles and blood vessels had subsequently also turned to coal. That was the reason it didn't bleed. Before Xiao Bai could grow even more shocked, Tang San indicated she swim to the side. With the scene just now, Xiao Bai undoubtedly had an all-new understanding of Tang San's abilities, and hurriedly swam away according to his instructions. Since Tang San previously used the godly Zudge crossbow instead of any abilities, he and Xiao Bai still weren't revealed. All the evil spirit orcas gathered at the sea surface, the evil spirit orca king's deep red eyes filled with a frightening aura. Suddenly gaping in a deep roar, several water blades with a deep red aura instantly shrieked out and hit that dead evil spirit orca. The more than 20-meter giant body was instantly cut into several chunks, exposing its charred black insides. Seeing this, the evil spirit orca king's pupils instantly contracted, the sea water around its body rushing up, wanting to find some clue from this evil spirit orca's corpse. However, the red-hot yang liquid had not only melted the organs of the evil spirit orca, but simultaneously also most of the crossbow bolt. The remaining bit really was too small in comparison to the evil spirit orca's giant body. Even if the evil spirit orca king was even more powerful, it still might not find any clues. But when the evil spirit orca king's fury burned, suddenly, there was another commotion among the gathered evil spirit orcas, the same circumstances as before appearing once again. One especially large evil spirit orca fiercely leapt out of the water, energy frantically erupting within its body, setting off an enormous energy wave. Due to all the evil spirit orcas being gathered together, its eruption immediately knocked against a few clan members next to it. The evil spirit orca king reacted extremely quickly, and moreover he absolutely wouldn't be lenient. Using flexibility completely disproportional to its size, it sharply turned, its giant whale tail slapping the surface of the water, causing an incomparably enormous deep red water blade to ruthlessly attack that evil spirit orca, instantly cutting it into 2 halves. Its internal organs were equally charred black. Another evil spirit orca was eliminated. Ho! A wrathful great roar erupted from the evil spirit Orca King's mouth, the surging sound wave making the ocean in a range of several 10,000 meters vibrate. Similar roars also issued from the mouths of the other evil spirit orcas. For a moment, intense energy fluctuations almost completely locked up the sea within range. The sea water grew thick almost like gelatin, intense spiritual fluctuations penetrating the sea directly to the seabed. The evil spirit Orca King is telling his clansmen to find the enemy with all their strength. It's extremely angry. Already on the edge of madness. What do we do? Xiao Bai explained the meaning of the evil spirit Orca King's roar to Tang San, her words filled with schadenfreude. Tang San calmly said. We'll bide our time, they won't find anything. They can't keep releasing spiritual force like this indefinitely. We'll never tire faster than them. Assassination requires patience. Under cover of the vast sea barrier, using only the godly Zudge crossbow to attack, Tang San's plan was extremely strict. He basically wouldn't give the opponents the opportunity to discover him. How could he otherwise lightly put himself at risk? Just as Tang San said, even if all the evil spirit orcas were already moving, to the enemies hiding on the bottom of the sea, even if they turned over the entire ocean it would still be impossible to find a clue. In their search, the evil spirit orca closest to them almost brushed against Xiao Bai as it swam past, still without discovering them. Tang San wasn't a bit concerned. He was as calm as an ancient iceberg. He absolutely wouldn't easily move at this time, mystery would often cause the opponent to panic. The evil spirit orca's spiritual probing continued for an hour. In this time, the evil spirit Orca King's energy would from time to time sweep through the water, but even as the tyrants of the sea, they still tired with time. Constantly using spiritual force to scan the sea was in itself considerably exhausting, and ending up with nothing after an hour, no matter how angry the evil spirit Orca King was, it still had no choice but to order its clansmen to stop. But the instant they just stopped searching, the third suddenly insane evil spirit Orca appeared. Even though the kin by its side reacted very quickly, another evil spirit Orca still had its tail bitten off. Instantly, the just calmed evil spirit Orca flock once again grew jittery. As the tyrants of the sea, they absolutely didn't fear the frontal attack of any enemy, they even had the courage to fight the deep-sea demon whale king. However, in the present situation this flock of sea tyrants still couldn't help starting to grow panicked. An unknown enemy was the most frightening, and seeing their kin suddenly go insane and die miserably without any warning, how could these evil spirit orcas not be fearful? This time, without need for the evil spirit Orca King's instruction, all the evil spirit orcas started madly searching for the unknown enemy within the sea, untiringly releasing their spiritual force in order to find the slightest clue. But their true enemy had now once again dived deeper in the sea, wearing cold smiles as they withdrew their spiritual force to quietly rest, waiting for the next moment to act. Tang San had brought Xiao Bai here not only to kill as many opponents as possible, and weaken the evil spirit orca flock's strength, but at the same time also wear down their willpower, exhausting their energy. Just what is called, first a burst of energy, next waning, third exhaustion, when they are tired and I rested, thus I win. No matter how excessive the energy of the evil spirit orcas it would still have an end. In their panic, whether mental or physical strength would soon be exhausted. And each time they rested, Tang San immediately launched a quiet attack, ending the life of an evil spirit orca and causing the panic to spread once again. Over a few rounds, 7 evil spirit orcas had one after another died under Tang San's godly Zudge crossbow, and even the number of evil spirit orcas injured by the mad rages had reached 2 digits. To the overall clan, this work of one after another didn't amount to even a tenth of the whole clan dead or injured, and still wasn't enough to influence the clan's strength. But it was the mental blow these enormous deep-sea creatures suffered that was incomparable. After each attack Tang San launched he would withdraw his spiritual force and rest on Xiao Bai's back. Xiao Bai even more basically didn't do anything tiring. But the evil spirit orca flock was already completely in a kind of panicked and exhausted state. The evil spirit Orca King several times launched maddened attacks in the sea, trying to force out the unknown enemy. Its strength also really shocked Tang San, but the only effect was to waste strength in vain. As the 8th evil spirit Orca died under Tang San's godly Zudge crossbow, the evil spirit Orca King finally shrank back, passing down orders for the entire flock to swiftly swim in one direction, migrating at top speed, preparing abandoning the territory they had lived in for untold years. To the evil spirit orcas, changing location wasn't any problem, and continuing to stay here they could only see their kin die tragically for unknown reasons. Even someone as arrogant as the evil spirit Orca King had no choice but to make some plans. These guys want to run. Xiao Bai told Tang San a bit excitedly. Tang San gave a cold snort. Run! These evil spirit orcas may be big, but can their speed compare to your devil spirit great white sharks? Xiao Bai said proudly. Of course not. In the sea, in terms of long-distance movement, there are no sea spirit beasts that can compare to us. The evil spirit orcas might be a bit stronger in terms of attack power, but they won't do for speed. Otherwise, why wouldn't they have annihilated us earlier? Tang San said coldly. Since that's the case, let's continue growing the panic in their hearts. We'll pursue. The ambush battle turned into a pursuit battle. Just before they started, Tang San had Xiao Bai float to the surface, and shot a signal flare. This was the signal to pursue. He and Dai Mubai had agreed in advance, a green signal was for pursuit. After Xiao Bai left behind her scent in the water, she once again entered the vast sea barrier with Tang San, and they chased straight after the evil spirit orca flock ahead. The evil spirit orcas naturally also saw the dazzling light of the signal. But since they had always lived within the ocean, how could they know what this strange scene signified? The evil spirit orca king was of a mind to go back and investigate, but he and his clansmen were all exhausted from Tang San's previous sneak attacks, and would rather run straight ahead than turn around again. Xiao Bai didn't exaggerate, the devil spirit great white sharks really were faster than the evil spirit orca flock, especially as Tang San rode on the devil spirit great white shark king. Very soon, they had caught up to the rear of the evil spirit orca flock. This time, Tang San attacked even more absolutely unrestrained. With the previous experience, in a moment of work 3 evil spirit orcas died under his godly Zudge crossbow. Even though there was no collateral damage since they attacked the evil spirit orcas in the back, each dead evil spirit orca would weaken the counterpart's overall strength by a certain amount. With their tails under attack, the evil spirit orcas had no choice but to distractedly release their spiritual force to search the surroundings, or maybe constantly launch all manner of attacks at the ocean. Like this, even though they were running, they would still grow even more exhausted. Xiao Bai had never before felt as satisfied as today. Pursuing never lost in speed, and seeing those stains on the sea one by one lost their lives, her heart was filled with unprecedented confidence. She secretly thought that this was an opportunity bestowed by the Lord Sea God, she absolutely couldn't give up on such a good occasion. This time she definitely had to thoroughly annihilate these evil spirit orcas. Gradually, the crossbow bolts Tang San had at hand grew fewer, and the number of stealth-killed evil spirit orcas also grew larger. The feeling of panic never left these giant sea spirit beasts. It should be time for the main attack. After Tang San shot the 48th crossbow bolt, he finally put away that jade jar containing the divine water of the ice and fire yin-yang well. He only had those 48 crossbow bolts on him, and the evil spirit orcas had also suffered 70 casualties from these 48 bolts. Close to a quarter of their overall numbers. Moreover, Tang San's targets were all adult evil spirit orcas. A red signal flare shot to Tay Sky. The main attack signal was finally issued. Xiao Bai suddenly brought Tang San back around, retreating like a bolt of lightning. The devil spirit great white shark flock had always followed in the distance. Don't mind that they couldn't control the distance, don't forget that they possessed a power the evil spirit orcas did not, that was scouting. Transformed into a needle-tailed swift, Bai Chenxiang had always been high in the air. Relying on her astonishing eyesight to locate the evil spirit orca flock, she had constantly relayed the information back to the devil spirit great white sharks. Even if the leaders Tang San and Xiao Bai weren't present, Dai Mubai, Oscar and the others were highly intelligent. Hearing Bai Chenxiang report that the numbers of evil spirit orcas were constantly shrinking, they understood that Tang San's sneak attack absolutely was successful. The green signal wasn't to let them attack, and so they had commanded the devil spirit great white shark flock to follow at a distance of several dozen li. With Bai Chenxiang guiding them, they didn't have to worry about losing the trail. On the way, the devil spirit great white sharks constantly saw one evil spirit orca corpse after another floating in the sea, and the originally low morale constantly rose. With the appearance of the so far unseen red signal, Dai Mubai immediately gave the order to charge. Very soon, Xiao Bai brought Tang San to converge with the devil spirit great white shark flock. Tang San stood up once again. This time he was standing on Xiao Bai's back. The devil spirit great white sharks used their full speed, and chased after the evil spirit orca flock like 200 white water arrows. As they approached within a range of 10 li of the evil spirit Rokas, the evil spirit orca king also finally discovered the state in their rear. Sending out a mental probe, he just encountered the spiritual fluctuations exploding from Xiao Bai. The two collided together, and the fury the evil spirit Orca King had repressed for half a day erupted completely. Brazenly turning around, it brought its clansmen to aggressively meet the charge. A water arrow shot out from behind the evil spirit Orca King. Amidst roars, a deep coarse voice held fury to overflow the sky. "You killed my kin!" Xiao Bai proudly said. "That's right, it was us. Xiaohu 1, do you still remember what you said to me when you killed my little brother? Today your debt of blood will be repaid in blood. You bastard stains on the sea, we will destroy you on behalf of the Lord Sea God." Sea God? He hasn't been seen for tens of thousands of years. You little fish are overestimating your capabilities if you want to defy me. How your little brother died back then, is how I will kill you today. On mention of her little brother, Xiao Bai's eyes immediately grew deep-red, and she brought her clansmen to charge forward with a roar. At the same time as Xiao Bai shot forward, Tang San stepped off her back, soaring upwards until he was in midair, his calm gaze falling on everyone present. He told his companions. "First complete your missions." Wrong, you boost Xiao Bai. Hong. The two great tribes of the ocean ruthlessly collided together. Just what is called eyes growing red when meeting your nemesis. The devil spirit great white sharks had been bullied by the evil spirit orcas for untold years. Now they completely erupted with 120% battle power. By contrast, even though the evil spirit orcas still instantly burst with great battle strength, they were already completely exhausted from before, and it was basically impossible for them to use their true strength. Even so, as the two sides collided, the entire sea region was instantly dyed red with blood. Racial battles would never end without death, just like the devil spirit great white sharks had been waiting for their chance. The evil spirit orcas had also always waited for the opportunity to put an end to these sea spirit beasts powerful enough to challenge them for the title of Tyrant of the Sea. Azura, hell! An ice-cold voice erupted in the air, and a circle of white light suddenly spread out with Tang San as the center. In an instant, his whole body turned completely golden blue. 2 yellow, 1 purple, 2 black, and 2 red, 7 spirit rings flashed simultaneously. His 7th spirit ability Blue Silver Avatar was already released, and he simultaneously also used the Death God Domain's Azura Hell. The originally bloody world was instantly enveloped by an intangible ice chill and fear. Scenes of mountains of corpses and seas of blood seemed to flash through the minds of all living things. But the difference was that the devil spirit great white sharks' side felt like their killing intent had risen without limit, and their whole bodies brimmed with a frantic battle lust. But on the opposite side, the evil spirit orcas who had previously always been in a panicked state, the instant they were enveloped by the Azura Hell, their battle lust immediately dropped substantially. Their already tired bodies grew even more unable to exhibit their strength, and they were forced back step by the attacks of the devil spirit great white sharks. Their own attributes were also constantly being weakened within the Azura Hell. Each time they collided with an opponent, they felt as if some of their courage disappeared. If the blue-silver domain's boundless nature could be said to give Tang San infinite battle endurance, then this Death God domain's Azura Hell was the perfect domain to weaken the enemy. The Death God domain didn't weaken the opponent's spirit power, but rather their mental strength. If individuals with weak willpower or insufficient strength were trapped in this domain, they would immediately grow insane from the fear. Moreover, the domain's sustained effect would constantly have a weakening result. Even if the opponent had extremely valiant willpower, they would still constantly be influenced. Conversely, amplified by the Azura Hell, the devil spirit great white sharks would feel like Azura death gods. Attack speed, attack power, as well as battle lust would constantly rise. If it went on like this, the tired evil spirit orca flock would gradually grow unable to resist, and more would be torn to shreds by the devil spirit great white sharks. Once Yahoo, assuming it is a name, translates as evil tiger, both characters from evil spirit orca, orca being written as tiger whale. Finish here, thanks for waiting. Share loves.